As Colgate celebrates its 200th anniversary, the Colgate Professional Networks is hosting this, its 200th event. More than just a coincidence, tonight's gathering represents a significant accomplishment, given that this network was just launched 5 years ago.
It's events like these that alumni put on that really bring the Colgate community together. You know, it bridges the generational gap between the current student body and the alumni.
This is the most special piece of being a Colgate alumni, is the opportunity to network with other alumni. And I think the topic tonight is especially relevant.
With the conditions of what's going on in the world in terms of money, in terms of influence, power of countries, and how different countries are changing in terms of their power based on finance. How do you see the world differently now than it was 10 years ago, 20 years ago?
For the younger people in the room and millennials, you're entering a world that could not be more different in the ways that Bob's talking about than the world that I came out of, and I'm not yet really old. This has happened pretty quickly. It's been a lot of change in 25 years around the world.
The combination of a lack of trust in these media institutions that's been brewing for years, combined with an entity that knows everything about you and is able to micro-target you, results in the ability of our friends in Russia to manipulate what we're reading and what we're thinking leading up to the most important event in American political life, which is an election.
But one of the biggest issues here is that there's this standstill between the government and private sector entities as to whose responsibility this is.
There is a democratization where people who would not have access to certain platforms do have that access now. And that brings up lots of issues about internet governance, social media governance, about civic responsibilities. And I think that's what the liberal arts education is supposed to do, is to make sure that you're always challenging your assumptions and challenging your biases so that you are an educated consumer.
I thought the panel was probably one of the best of the ones I've seen from professional networks, or the best. When people were talking about news and media and how that was changing, that really interested me, of course.
Well, how's the New York Times doing?
Well, right now we're doing great, and the world is changing so much. These industries are changing so much, and what is needed down the road is so different. So just being open-minded and having that education and relying on it and taking every single opportunity that Colgate gives is priceless.
We need to educate people about the importance of their vote.
I think what makes Colgate truly unique is that ability to kind of anticipate where the world is heading and make sure that our young people are very versed and ready to take on the world when they head out there. So I think our job is to continue to make sure they have the infrastructure to be able to sail through the next course of their life.
It's one of the highest quality networking events you can be at, just because of the quality of our alumni community.
And there are a lot of opportunities just to have conversation about your industry and just advice from anyone that might be older, and also for you to give advice to anyone in a younger generation, I think.
Every time you come to an event, you're going to meet somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who want to help you succeed. And I say just get here.